Welcome to another episode of Work Boss Strategy, unlocking the secrets to entrepreneurial success, giving you the tips, tricks, and the latest news to empower your business growth. And today we're going to talk about determining your friends and foes of your business journey. You got to know who your friends and you got to know who your foes are. You got to know what ups come with it and you got to know what downs come with it, because every decision you make affects your business positively or negatively. So we're going to give you some tips on your personal brand, how to tie that into your business brand, so both of them get you on a rise. I'm your host, Darvest, and the other host with the most.
Dave D, what's up, people? What's up? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, before we get started, man, make sure you subscribe to the channel, Work Boss Strategy. We got some Real Talk Radio. We got Live Good.
All things business. Get going. All things business. So let's get down to it, bro. In recent news, J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar had a little diss session going on, a little back and forth. And J. Cole made a diss track recently, and then he came out later and regretted making a diss track. He said his heart wasn't in it, and he feel like if his heart wasn't in it because he thinks or sees Kendrick Lamar as a friend. So he didn't want to be a foe. So he apologized to his own fans because he felt like it took him out of his own character, like it wasn't a part of his personal brand to do stuff like that. Just battle with a cat, just to battle, just because he said something. So he kind of regretted. So the reason I brought that up is because, like I said earlier, like the decisions you make impact your business. It impacts your business. So the one thing I wanted to bring up that bothers me about hip hop is the battle rap part of it. Like, battle rap, people like it because our people like drama, we like gossip, we like negativity, we gravitate toward negativity. I give you an example of how people gravitate toward negativity. Like, I could tell people I'm pretty good at math. This is just hypothetical. I'm not good at math, but I'm just saying. Let's just say you went to somebody and said, I'm pretty good at math. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 5 is 17. And 3 times 7 is 21. People are going to focus on the one you got wrong and not the 3 you got right. It's just a social experiment where people focus on your wrong more than all them other ones that I said right. People just bypass those and they focus on that one. 3 times 5 is not 17. It's 15, bro. So they'll try to correct you on the one mistake you made when you got 3 of them right. It's just how we focus on the negativity of it, of anything.
That's that syndrome, man, that we seem to not be able to get away from. That crab mentality, crabs in the bucket mentality, where we always gotta try to outshine or outdo somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, it goes way back to slavery, man. And people, when we say that, it goes way back to slavery, they don't quite understand because they don't know nothing about slavery. They don't know, they didn't see it, they didn't live it. So all they know is from what the time they've been here on earth. But when I say go back to slavery time, it's because slavery time, you gotta think about all the struggles and hardships as African American men and women that we went through. First of all, we was African. We came from Africa. So now you're trying to fight it. You don't want to be at the cornfield. You don't want to be picking cotton in that hot sun or that cold winter. You don't want to be doing that. So you're trying to best you can be so you can get on the inside of the house. Maybe you can get some table scraps or something like that. So what that did was they put competition with the slaves. I'm gonna be on the inside, you outside slaving with that. So it made a competition like that. And we carried it over generation to generation to generation to generation. So I gave that example so that I try to break it down so you can understand where it actually came from. When he said that J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar, and I know he apologized because, like he said, he didn't want his brand to go like that. And sometimes we might fall into that trap because that's what the music media wants you to do. They want them to be at his. They want them to be at ours. They won't say it out loud, but that's what they want. They say, well, hey man, you want to sell records? And we'll beef it up like, man, you heard what he said about you? You see what he did for? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Edging him on. When really, that's not his forte. Especially if you really considered him as a friend. And then something happened to where somebody weaseled their way in to try to push them apart. Now, one fell for it, and actually two of them, because then he came back with this track, but he apologized because he sees the picture of what they're trying to do. They're trying to put you at odds. Y'all two great rappers right now in this generation. They don't want y'all to team up. Because if you team up, that means you can possibly help your people come up. So they want to keep it separated so that the rest of the people are separated. We're separated and divided. We can't team up and really accomplish what we need to accomplish. That's the total goal of the separation. And trying to get them, but they do it in a diabolical way with music, because they know our culture follows music. So they're trying to do it with music. So I commend him on his apology and recognizing. I don't know if he recognized what they were trying to do, but what he recognized was that's not his style, that's not his brand. And don't fall for that okie doke that they're trying to put you into.
Right. That's why I brought up battle rap, because battle rap bothered me. And a lot of people gravitate to it. They like the verses and they like the battle rap, like two dudes going against each other. And it's not really about whose verse is better. It's about who can be the most disrespectful and catchy. Like, it's got to be insults in there. It's got to be, for me to have the best verse, I got to knock you down. It just always bothered me. Like, I'm not a battle rap fan. I got to insult you for me to look good.
Right.
And our people love that type of content, but I don't.
They love that type of content. I don't like it, but you can't. Not just our people. You look at it in a political way. Look who was running. How did he get there? He got there by downplaying and degrading the other candidates. He got a big following by downgrading and degrading other candidates. And that's what those people, they just follow that. Because that's what they see it on TV. They see it on TV, they hear it in their music. So they think that's the normal thing to do. They forgot the main purpose was to try to make this country great. Make it good for everybody. No, they don't care nothing about that. They want to do, like you said, downgrade. They got to show that I can knock you down, insult you the most. That makes me better than you. My insult was better than yours. It's a backwards way of thinking, man. It's ugly, really. It's really ugly.
I just wanted to bring that up because the rest of this show is going to be about friends or foes and how to distinguish one from the other. And since we're on the topic of friends and foes, let's talk about some things you might have to deal with in your business. Y'all out there, everybody got friends, everybody got family. And once you start something and it starts to become profitable or you're starting to succeed, people gonna want to come on with you. So Do you think it's okay, or should you hire friends for a job, or partner with a friend for a job, or a family member? You think that's okay to do?
It's a that's a fine line you gotta walk with that, because even with that, working with your family or friends, you have to actually, just like a business plan, you gotta be able to pick the best candidate. You gotta be able to take into consideration your family and your friend. Was they doing this before? The job you want them to do they have any experience in doing that? So if they don't have any experience in doing that, then they should already know. They should have came and asked you for the job. They know they don't have any experience in doing it. But now if they have experience and you know that they have been doing this and they have a good track record, then that's when you be like, okay, I can work with you doing this, I can work with you doing that. But at the same time, you got to sit down and y'all got to be on the same page of what's expected, what goals we need to reach. So with that, if that doesn't match up, then you'll find a hardship between you and your friend or family member, because they expect that you're supposed to put them on anyway, just because of the status of your relationship. But it doesn't always work out like that.
No, it doesn't work out like that, and it shouldn't work out like that. I got like two ways I think about this. So there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with hiring friends or family for a job, or partnering with friend and family for your business. But what I would say is, just like you said, do they have experience with this role you want them to partake in? Do they have knowledge on this job you want to hire them for? Have they done it before? Are they experienced with it? You want to hook up with them on the business side. Are they tied into this business like you tied into this business? Like, are they as motivated and inspired as you are, and want to follow your goal exactly how you doing it? Like, you got to match my hustle. If you're not matching my hustle with it, it's kind of hard. And then the other thing is, it's not worth it to hire friends or family if it doesn't end up working out, and now you don't treat each other like friends and family no more. You can't be more worried about money than this relationship right here. So if you can quit, or I can fire you, and then we still be cool after that because we understand why this happened, and we can remain friends and family, then it was just something that happened along the journey. But we still got our relationship where we still cool. Now, if you partner with somebody or you hire somebody and then it doesn't work out, and then after it doesn't work out, y'all ain't cool no more, it wasn't worth it. You lost a business person and a friend.
And a friend.
So you got to know this person, and you can't just hook somebody up because you know them. You got to hook somebody up that you both benefit from this position, this opportunity.
Exactly. You both have something to lose. You both have something to gain.
So don't turn a friend into a foe, is what we're saying.
Yeah, don't turn it. Right. It's easy to do. I mean, it's not an easy thing to go through.
Yeah. And a lot of friends and family don't understand what you're going through. They just see you on and they want to get on. But it's kind of a reason you're not on. It's a reason you're not on.
It's a reason you're not on. You didn't take the steps to get there. First of all, you didn't take the steps to get there.
There are a lot of the NBA and the NFL is a majority of darker people, right? They all have friends and family. So when they finally get that draft pick to go professional, why don't most of them hire a family member as their manager or agent?
never work out.
It's because
It'll never work out.
you've never been rich before. I'm the rich one now.
Right.
So I need to involve myself with somebody that's dealt with professional athletes throughout their whole career. And this agent is going to usually have my best interest. He's not going to be biased. My family member going to be biased where nothing I do is wrong.
Right.
But this guy that don't know me and he there, it's a business to him. It's nothing personal. He gonna tell me the right places to go, the wrong places to go, the right things to say after a game,
Right.
what you shouldn't say after a game. Where your family be like, hey man, you kept it real. You kept it real. That's gonna keep you real fine.
Right. Let's go. Right.
So they won't understand why you go get this stranger, or once he get money, he go get this stranger that don't know him, because that's his business.
Right.
It's that guy's business to handle and get contracts for his athletes. And then he gets a percentage. The bigger the contract is, the bigger his percentage. How you gonna know how to talk to a professional organization? And the only reason you knew about a professional organization is because that family member got drafted. You have no education in this. You have no education in this. So the ones that do have family members as they agents or managers are people that, while I was in school playing football, they were in school doing sports recreational type degrees, so they understand what prospects are looking for. They understand how to talk to coaches. They understand how to talk to these organizations, and they understand contracts. Now you hire your family because they educated and they're making that a part of their business because they see potential in you. So they're like, hey man, you go work your football or your sports and get your degree doing that as the backup plan. But we want you to play professional sports. I'm gonna go to college for this over here, and once you get drafted, we can help each other.
Come on.
It's a big difference between.
We know somebody that did that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who did that?
He's still playing today. Just watched him on TV the other night.
Yeah, that's how it go.
He had his own. That's how it goes. His friend, but his friends went to college. They went to college and learned. So they had a good man. You got to think about it. They had a game plan the whole time. They said, well, we know that you going to the NBA. We not going, but we gonna go to college and learn the stuff that you gonna need to be successful financially. Come on, man. They had that thing mapped out.
Yeah, that's when it's cool to hire your friends, because y'all are spending energy on the same type of goal. Not just a cat. He said you come up, hey man, what's up with that 10 G's, man? Give me 10 G's for my business. You got money. You got it. You got it. I seen that endorsement deal. You got 10,000. I just want a pickup truck and 2 lawnmowers, man. Start my landscaping business.
That's their favorite one, man. If I get these lawnmowers, man, I better start my landscaping business, man. Nah, I'm cool, dog. You can get a lawnmower from the junkyard. Start with that one.
So let's move on to the next one, bro. Is social media a friend or foe to your business?
Ooh. Well, and again, it's a very thin line because it has to be a way that you use social media, because you can use social media in certain ways to promote and get your business name and brand out there. It's a way you can do that. But now doing that, because first of all, it's a lot quicker. It's a lot more people that can see it at one given time. But the same thing is like a lot of people can see it. A lot of the wrong people can see it. People that you think was your friends. So they'll go behind your back talking about you and all that kind of stuff. So and then downgrade. So you gotta be able to you gotta be able to cut through that and understand that that's what's gonna happen. Yeah, you gotta sit there, you understand that's what's gonna happen. But in business, I mean, the internet is where it's at. With all marketing and promotion, most of the information gets put out through social media.
With social media, it's like anything else. It has its ups and it has its downs. So,
Right.
depending on how you utilize it, is what makes it good or bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Right.
you trying to screw a screw into some wood. Now, social media is a tool. That's what I'm getting at. Social media is just a tool you can use for your business. So let's say somebody trying to screw a screw into some wood. What's the best tool to do that with? A screwdriver, right?
Screwdriver. Right. Screwdriver.
But if you put this screw into the wood and you try to hammer it in, now it still might go in. But it's definitely not the best way to go about doing that. So you have to utilize these tools correctly. Like that's when it's a bad for you. You're not using it the right way. If you're using social media just to waste time on, just to scroll, people doing this all day, scrolling up just to find something that's entertaining for them. Or you can use it to research. You can use it to research, like, where does my business fit in on here? You can use it to get a bigger presence. You can an online presence. You can give presence to your business, and you can also give presence and build your personal brand and your business brand at the same time. Back in the day, they used to be separate. But now that we got social media and you can actually see what Elon Musk's doing. You can actually see all these interviews. You used to have to read about them. But now you can actually see what he's doing.
You never know.
Right. Now his personal brand is just as important as his business brand. Because there's a lot of people, the only reason they bought a Tesla is because they know Elon Musk owns that company. It's the only reason they even bought one. So because of his personal brand, and they know he a go-getter, the cat rich, he know what he talking about, he's smart. He displays all these things in his personal brand so that when he comes out with a product, you trust it because he's smart. He works a lot on not having equipment fail on him or modifying how this equipment can be better, and you trust it. It's his personal brand. You use social media for those type of things. It's a reason why he bought Twitter. It's a reason. It's a reason.
They just buy it because,
It wasn't a floss move. Yeah, I bought Twitter, I bought Twitter, you know what I mean? I changed it to X too. He don't even care that people still call it Twitter. He don't care. Yeah, he don't care. You're still using it. It ain't like he bought it and everybody said, you know what? I'm going to Instagram. Nah, people still use Twitter every day. So there's ups and downs to social media, man. I mean, you have to use, it's a tool. It's not the only thing you need to do. It's a tool. And once you use this tool right, you can build your empire up. Now, nobody builds an empire with one tool. You can't build a house with just a hammer. You got to screw in wood. You got to cut wood. You got to stack wood. How you get the wood to stick together? How you get the shingles to stick on the roof? How you get the windows inside? You know what I'm saying? You need different tools to build a house. You can't just use a hammer. So don't just depend on social media, but utilize social media as another tool in your business tool belt. If you use it correctly, you can succeed. But if you use it unwisely and waste a lot of time and you focus more on what other people are doing, that is not the way you use social media. You're looking at how other people living. You're looking at how other people looking. You're looking at how their life is built. And now you comparing your life to their life or your business to that business. Now you're getting depressed and stressed out. And then you think everybody on social media, this is just their real life. A lot of these people ain't real. They like to fabricate. They get all these fancy studios. We got home offices. We got home offices. We're not here to stunt and show you this big presentation of look what we can do. We can have desk and pretty lights and all of that. We're just giving you real business tips from two real people that come up, work bosses. Yeah, God, we could do the show from all kind of fancy places. Don't want to use that as a distraction. I would rather you focus on the real message. Go from that apartment you in and get into real estate. Go from that little crib you got, the 1 bedroom economy or whatever it is, and we show you how to get more out of it. This is all business. Everything business is what Work Boss Strategy do. We both worked, but we worked and utilized the work to become bosses. That's what the whole show about. We own social media. We done did the
You're not climbing up. Just stagnant. I mean, either it's comfortable or that's just where you're gonna be at. It's two different types of people. People that's ambitious, bro. Then you got your regular common folk. They're cool with just doing what they doing, going home, doing their 9 to 5. And ain't nothing wrong with that, man. That's
nothing wrong with it.
That's you.
But we're here for the people that want more out of life. They want more out of life. They want financial freedom. They don't want to have to depend. The one thing about this country, and if you use social media for this, you'll find it out, that it's going in the wrong direction. The value of our dollar going down. The gold's dissipating. You know the gold is dissipating because every time you go to a pawn shop, they want to buy the gold from you. They need it. Our dollar is going down. So it's a lot of things. Like when you're in the business game, you need to check out business news, not the local news. You need to check out what's going on in the world. Who partnering with who? Who's shutting down? Who's improving their company? You need to look at all of these things so you'll know how to navigate. How my market doing? How's my industry doing? What's going on, good and the bad, so I know how to adjust. That's all the things our show you how to do. Use research from social media to do those things. Use it as a tool to help your business get better, get more customers, create a traffic funnel, stuff like that. So yeah, social media got its ups and downs. It could be a friend or a foe if you're using a hammer to saw wood down. It's just not gonna work like that. You got to use the tool correctly. It's just a tool.
Let me show you. It could be a foe. So you wake up and you say, all right, I'm about to say you got certain posts or advertising that you do for your business. Now while you posting your advertising, posting, then all of a sudden you on social media, you see it. Now you see a little story, you get distracted, you start looking at that story. Then they'll pop up with another one and another one. And before you know it, you done wasted an hour, 2 hours without finishing all your advertising. That happens.
Yeah, you get distracted and you get.
It could be a fault. You get distracted.
Yep. You get trapped in that vortex.
That's when you gotta get up, walk away, and come on back and finish what you was doing. You just gotta know not to fall into those little cracks and crevices that they got for you. They got little pitfalls for you. Because social media, they know what you like. Because they watch what you're scrolling. They see what you scroll. And before you know it, that'll pop up on your page. That'll pop up on your news feed. You're like, man, how they know that I like this? They see what you're searching for. So they see what you're searching for. They know what to send to you. And most of the time, it's distractions to keep you from building yourself up, building your business.
I got a question for you. You
Hit me
got
with it.
you got any personal experiences with trying to achieve something with a friend on the business side of the game and it just didn't work out?
Yeah, a couple of them. I'm trying to see how to say it. It's tough. It's just tough. Because, this is a podcast. And you don't want to, like, put nobody out there like that, right? So, because if I say the story, they're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm trying to figure out how to do this in a way. Maybe I do it like, maybe me. I say me. Maybe I wasn't the best.
Oh,
At
that's an
times,
accountable approach
sometimes
right
you do
there.
best. Right. I know I wasn't quite the best at a particular time. Um, I can, okay, like, I moved to Kentucky. I was in Louisville. My best friend, my brother, Anky Payne, he got me a job, right? It was in a warehouse. We was doing pulling and packing. Now, I just needed a job, right? Because at the time, my wife at the time, she was pregnant, and we just moved to Kentucky, and it was just us. So I needed a job, but I really wasn't that good at that job, man. I mean, I was good, but I would say I was more lazy. Now he was really, they loved him, but they didn't like me too much, and I understand. So me and him still best friends. Me and him talk about this all the time. We'd be laughing about it because I know I wasn't the best employee on this because we're pulling and packing stuff, right? So we was working for like GE. So you have to cut this wire off this roll. It's a lot of wire. So first of all, you got to measure the wire. All right, such and such need 500 feet of this wire. Okay, I can measure. I can get to 500 feet of wire. So now they need 500 feet of this hose. Now it's hard to cut that hose. So I would be there, man. I'd be looking. I'm like, man, I ain't about to take this hose out. So I take the paper, the order sheet, and then I'll put it back in the box for somebody else to get. And so they be like, man, we need to get these orders out. We need to get these orders out. They was like, somebody not doing their fair share. I'm like, man, I'm out here doing this. I knew I wasn't doing it because when it came to cutting that wire and cutting that hose, I didn't like doing it. So I would take it and I would walk around. And then I'd go to the front and I put it back in the thing and then hurry up and walk so nobody seen me. That before camera was out. So Hank would be like, man, these guys talking about you ain't doing it. I'm like, man, I'm doing my work, man. I'm doing my work. I wasn't doing it, man. One time I was got to go pick the big boxes of tissue, toilet paper, napkins. So I used to drive the forklift. So the stacks was so high, man. It was super high. I would go up there to get the box, right? And I found, like, man, these boxes is nice and sturdy. Nice and sturdy, man. So I would put the boxes in a certain kind of way so you couldn't see me in there. So I'm in the boxes, and I'm like, man, I could take a nap. So I would be up there, and I'd be up there to sleep, man. I might be asleep for an hour or 2 hours. They looking for me. I could hear them. I'm like, oh man, I slept for about an hour and a half, 30 minutes to an hour. Took a quick nap. So then I come out, like I picked the packages, like I'm like, yeah, I was up here getting these boxes. It's like, hey, we was looking for you. I know you was. So we still friends, though, but that's the story I have. I wasn't really a good employee. I was a good friend, but I wasn't a good employee for my friend. Because they used to call it, he used to be like, man, what is Gabe doing, man? not a good employee. I was young at that time. I was like, I had another one too. I thought about it today. My mom told me. Mom had got me the job. I was doing security.
I remember that.
And I didn't go to work. Like, I think I left. It was one of those times I left town. I didn't call nobody. I didn't call off or nothing. I just left. Mom was like, "Yeah, we was calling home. Where's your son at? He's supposed to be here in the parking lot doing security." I was in New York. One time, because I was working for a bank, she was like, "Nigga, you done went to Texas. You done left the bank unguarded." I was just thinking about that this morning. I was like, man, I was really bad. I left the bank unguarded.
Oh man.
So yeah, you can't work with your family and friends, and that was my thing. I wasn't always the best at that time. I was young back then.
They were trying to give you a chance.
I cared nothing about trying to give me a chance, but I only cared about what I wanted to do.
The story I remember. When we first opened up the car wash in the Goodyear store, nobody took it serious that was in my circle.
Right.
So then here come 2 years come around, and every time they drive by, they're like, man, it'd be a long line getting car washes. Your bays is always full. People, y'all doing it. So my homie came to me and he was like, hey man, I need a job. I be doing car washes at the crib, you know what I'm saying, getting money here and there. So I know what I'm doing, you know, vacuum the car out, do this and that. I'm like, okay, cool. So I told him to come up. Now I vouched for this dude. I was like, yeah, I vouched for him. I was like, hey, I got a guy. He ain't got no problem with working them Saturdays where Saturdays was pretty busy. I'm like, instead of getting these labor ready dudes that we don't know, I know somebody personally that they're looking for a job, they need a job, they can start tomorrow. So I told him to come sign an application, put him right in. Put his application at the top. Dad called him back, said, hey, can you start tomorrow? Yep, I can start tomorrow. He came Saturday, right? First of all, do you remember what time we used to start?
8 o'clock in the morning.
8 o'clock. He came at 9:15.
Oh,
First,
Dad didn't like that at all.
First day on the job, he come at 9:15. So Dad came to me like, your boy late. I'm like, this ain't looking good, man. So when he get there, I'm trying to give him like a orientation, like this where everything at, this what you gonna be doing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, hey man, you gotta be on time though. Like you see this line of cars, I ain't got time to be showing you where everything at. I'm supposed to be taking care of customers. Like you gotta come before we open. By 8:30, people coming. You gotta be here at 8, man, so we can go through our debriefings and all of that. Let everybody know where they're gonna be. He was like, my bad, man. It was the bus. The bus was late. I'm like, all right, man. So by 12 o'clock, we got a line that's almost going to the street. This cat looked at me. I was like, how you doing over there? He was like, everything cool. Wiping sweat off his forehead. Everything cool, man. So I'm like, all right. All he was doing was taking people's orders. He didn't have to vacuum. He didn't have to dry. We was just working him step by step. So all he was doing was taking people's orders in the front. That line was getting so long. I went in the office to handle paperwork. I came back out. Dad was like, "Where your boy?" I was like, "He back there." I was like, "He back there taking orders." He was like, "I was just back there taking orders. I ain't see him." I'm like, "Wait a minute, man." So I'm looking for the cat, right? I'm looking for the cat. I go in the back. I don't see him in the back. Dad back there taking people orders. I go through the tunnel to see if he anywhere. I go upstairs in the mezzanine to see if he where the tires is at. He ain't nowhere to be found. So I go in the front of the building. This cat is standing at the bus stop waiting for the bus to come. This cat left. So he was an hour and 15 minutes late and then left at 12. So I'm calling him on the phone. I called him on the phone and he was like, "Hey man, I can't deal with that, man. That's a lot of work."
Work by strategy, man. People don't want to work. They don't want to work, man. And hey, I know Dad didn't like that at all. First of all, we had a car wash with 2 detail bays. That's just the car wash part. The other part was we had with six bays where we had mechanics that fix cars. So we're good at stuff. We put tires on, we do brakes, we do everything, engines, all of it. We do it all. So instead, Dad supposed to be at the counter, working the counter and getting customers. He out in the back taking orders at the car wash. I know he didn't like that at all.
Now this is the thing about the car wash part. How did the cars get washed, bro?
It went on the track. You didn't hand wash the car.
So
the cars went on the track and it went through the tunnel. We had lamb's cloth, so your cars didn't get scratched. You didn't have to touch the car. Only thing you had to do was dry the car when it came out the other side. Just wipe it down because you had to dry it. So that's how lazy people be. And all he had to do was just ask the customer what car wash you want, which number. Take the soap, put it on the window, send them on their dang way. He talking about it was too many.
I was like, "Man, we only had you doing one position. Everybody else,
one position.
It was other people at the car wash. They could take your order, give you your ticket, you walk through, go to the lobby, they pull your car up, prep it, send it through, go to the other end, dry it off, get the customer, and then send them on their way, and just repeat the process. Like that's the whole job description. We only gave you one to break you in because it was Saturday and it was busy. We'll train you on a slower day, but today we don't want the customers waiting. We didn't like customers waiting on a car wash, especially when it's automatic. You just send them through. It ain't like we hand washing cars. We do hand wash cars. We detail them, but that wasn't a part of his job that day. He didn't want to take the orders, so Dad was like, "Hey man, that's the first and last time I'm gonna take one of your references." I was like, "Oh man."
That's the first and last time. Like all his guys was fantastic.
Now me and him still cool. We still cool.
Right.
We talk about that all the time. He was like, "Man, I only lasted 3 hours on that job, man." I was like, "Yeah, you was late too. It would have been 4 hours."
He was late too.
You was late on your first day, man.
Man, it's crazy. But hey, those are the things, man, about hiring a family and friends, man. You gotta know. You gotta already know their pedigree. You grew up with them. You know them.
So when I got that studio, and I had some tight equipment. I used to take my studio to your house, right? And we could make the track there, and then I go back to the studio and finish it up. So when I was doing that, everybody see my equipment. They're like, man, you be packing this duster full of equipment. Where you be going with it? Wherever the artists need me to go, that's where I'm gonna go with it. So he was like, hey man, let me roll with you. Nah, not this time. Not this is a lot more work. This is a lot more work than that car wash you quit on. Nah, I ain't trust him after that. Now we gonna kick it together. We can go kick it, hang out, go to the clubs. We can do that together. You good at that? You a professional kicking.
You good at that? You a professional kick. Yeah, you gotta know your friend. You gotta know who business and who kicking material.
Mm-hmm.
You just gotta know.
We could hang out, but you ain't a business kind of guy.
One more story. I got one more story. Now this one, somebody might. I ain't gonna say his name, but he might get put under the bus. I don't know who you're hiring, because at that car wash we had somebody. Now he worked there. He was there on time and everything, but every now and then he would disappear. So me and you and Mose, we was like, man, where is this cat at, man? Where you going? Where you at? So we in the front of the car wash. We just stand there waiting on the car to come, just getting everything, doing the towels. We see him coming from across the street at the store, but he ain't coming from inside the store. He coming from the side of the building. And I'm like, what the heck you doing? We got bathrooms in here. And he coming, he wiping his mouth and everything. I'm like, sorry, hold up. I'm gonna go over. When he get back there, I'm gonna go over there and see. I walk over there. It's a bottle. He can bottle liquor. So every 15, 20 minutes, he going over there getting a drink. Like he working. But you gotta know who you're hiring. You know your friends. If you know they like to drink, whatever they like to do. You know you can't bring them to work. No matter how much they beg, you know you can't do it.
Yep.
Man, no, I ain't gonna do that, man. I ain't like, when I'm gonna work, I'm about my business. I'm good.
Yeah, that's.
He over there taking sips, walking back and forth. Across, it's a busy street.
Swig breaks. Yeah, that was a busy street.
Wait. That's a busy street, man. You taking a chance. First of all, you're a little bit tipsy, and you taking a chance on walking across that street just to go get that bottle.
It was 5 lanes. 2 lanes for that side, 2 lanes for this side, and a turning lane. Yeah, it's pretty busy street right there.
Yeah, it's really busy.
And it wasn't nothing but businesses on that street.
Yeah, nothing but business. So traffic, they weren't going the speed limit.
Right.
I was like, man, you taking a mighty good chance on going across that street, a little tipsy like that.
Hey.
Coming back staggering and stuff. I'm like, nah, you don't. We'll drive the cars in, man. You just drive off. He ain't.
Yeah.
He's at work every day though.
Yeah, he come on time and stuff like that, but he will disappear on you. He will disappear on you. Come back smelling like whiskey. Now we can't let you drive these. These is customers' cars, man. We're not letting you get behind the wheel. You gotta have some precision when you pulling in that tunnel. You got to be precise.
Yeah, you gotta be precise. You gotta get that wheel in that lined up in there.
Yeah, that was silly. So you gotta know who your friends, and you gotta understand the foes. Once they show you who they are, they might spring it on you. You might not know, but as soon as you find out, you got a decision to make. So
I hope you guys enjoyed that.
Yes, you're gonna enjoy this too, because this is our executive decision segment.
Yes.
Now this is where the executive decision is where you have 2 scenarios, and you got to be an executive and choose which way you like to go. So let's check these out, bro. Let's see what you got for the executive
Y'all put in the
decisions.
comments, man. Put in
Yeah.
the comments what you would do. Let us know what you would do.
Let us know
And
what's
then
your executive decision here.
check it out. We'll pick a couple of y'all that put it in the comments. We'll pick a couple of y'all. We'll shout you out and say what y'all did for the decision. We'll say what y'all executive decision. Give us your reason and everything.
Yep.
We'll shout you out and do all that.
All right, here's the first one.
We got
Choose between a 48-hour trip using a rowboat or a 48-hour trip riding a bike. So you either working your arms or you're working your legs.
Where's the trip? Like anywhere you want to go?
Yeah.
Anywhere you can get into in 48 hours.
Yep.
Oh, I'm riding a bike. I'm definitely ain't rowing no boat. Rowing a boat. Storm might come through there, tip the boat over. I'm good. I ride the bike. Up and down the hill.
So it seemed like the rowboat would be nice and calm, but you just never know, man. Like maybe your arms get tired, you just float.
Think about it.
But I mean, it's a lot of elements dealing with that. It's the same elements you would have on a bike. But on a bike, I could just, chill under a bridge if it starts storming or something. I'd take the bike too. I mean, my legs are gonna be strong afterwards. I might have jelly legs in the end.
You on that boat, that sun. Ain't no escaping that sun. You on that water. This is just a rope. This ain't no.
You doing
a
lot of this.
Down deck.
A lot of this.
Yeah.
Trying to roll to some shade or something.
Complete darkness at night. I'm good.
Some people like the water. Some people like being around the water. It's relaxing, but not this one. Not me.
I'm not that.
I'm riding that bike.
I mean, I go fishing.
All right, here go another one.
Yeah, next one.
Choose between running with superhuman speed, but you get tired, or you can fly, but it's very slow. People can walk faster than you can fly. Like when you fly real slow. Or you get superhuman speed, but you get tired.
Well, I mean, how fast do you get tired?
I mean, like if you were to run down the block right now, how fast would you get tired?
I'd be tired as hell.
About
I'd be tired after about the 450 step.
So then if you was running super, you'd get like 150 steps.
I'll be dog tired. I always wanted to fly, but damn, you said super slow.
Damn near hovering.
Right.
But you fly. However, whatever height you fly, it's pretty damn slow.
You can't even do nothing though, because say you go and you might want to take somebody's Happy Meal, right? But you trying to fly, you trying to go up, but they got your foot. Get back down here. Because you fly so dang slow. I guess I take the speed.
I just always wanted to fly, man.
Me too, man. But dang, you said super slow. Like, ain't no need flying.
Slower than a hot air balloon. Slow. People could walk by you when you taking off.
There you go, take it off again.
You know how fast a cat dunked the ball? You ain't up there yet. You still. He didn't dunk and came down. You still going up toward the rim.
You look super slow mo. I don't want that. It looks like I'm special needs or something. You fly like you only got one wing.
I don't know, man. I always wanted to fly. Slow? I don't know. I would fly, man. Maybe I just.
You would fly.
Yeah, I ain't gonna do it to travel. I just do it to do it around the house.
Well, yeah, maybe your leg hurt or something. But you can go as high as you want to go.
Yep.
But it'll take me like 2 days just to get to the Statue of Liberty.
It'll take you a while. That'll take a while.
Let me run. Let me take the speed.
Okay. So you taking the speed. I fly. I'm just going slow. All right, here go another one. You got to choose between going back to high school the age you are now or working the first job you ever had for 4 years. Your first job.
You got the first one to have 4. I have to do it for 4 years.
First job you ever had, you'd have to work there for 4 years. Or go back to high school the age you are now.
Nah, I do that job. I was working at Snaps. It's called Rallies now. I worked at Snaps. I'd be flipping burgers. I do that for 4 years. I ain't going back to high school. The age I am now, you know that them kids.
I don't want to go back to school. High school changed, man.
Smart mouths and stuff.
High school changed.
Just what?
You'd have to go to prom as a chaperone. Yeah, work my first job. I like my first job, man. It was the door-to-door stuff I used to do. I made a lot of money doing that. That door-to-door job where I was selling the halon and the home protection equipment. I made a lot of money doing that stuff. It taught me how to I learned a lot and got paid a lot. I remember I did so well at that job that I ended up getting I ended up being an office trainee. And I ended up training other people how to go do what I was doing. Because people didn't know, like, they was just going to any house. I'm like, these kits are expensive. I ain't doing this in the hood. But I broke it down to where if I sold one of them kits a week, I would get $450 from one of them. So that was like my guideline was sell one of these kits a week. That's where you get the smoke detector for up and down stairs, where you get I do that for 4 years. I made a lot of money back then. I would probably make more now because I'm more knowledgeable. What, no social media or nothing? Man, I wouldn't even have to go door to door no more. I would put that stuff online, use social media, crazy with that. Yeah, I would do that. I ain't going back to school. Dudes want to wear dresses to prom. It's just a different time.
Would it be the same pay
as back then?
My first job. Yeah, my first job. You have to think about it. Your starting minimum wage was $3.15. So I have to go and work 4 years for that.
We would match it to the inflation now, whatever minimum wage is now.
Oh yeah, I would do that.
Yep.
They making some, minimum wage is way better than it was when I was
Yeah, because when we had the car wash, minimum wage was only $5.15. $5.15 an hour. McDonald's and all that pay more than that now.
Yeah,
The McDonald's and the Burger
it's like
Kings and the Chick-fil-A's around here, you get 16, $17 an hour. Yep.
working out now.
All right, check this one out, bro. All right, you gotta choose between helping people and making little money, or ripping people off and making a lot of money.
I do that now. I help people and I make little money. I just can't get with ripping people off.
I feel you on that. It ain't in me.
It's
That brought
just
me
not
to
in my
another
it's
job
not
I
in my
had.
pedigree.
That brought me to another job I had, and that was one I wasn't a good employee on because I just left. I just left because I went through all of this work to get my licenses. I had to go to Honduras and Akron or Cleveland. It was in between. It was Honduras College or something like that. And you go there to get your casualty and damage license and your real estate license and all these insurance licenses, health insurance, all of this stuff that I used to sell. But the reason I didn't like the job was because I was good from the door to door job I had with communicating with people and just telling them what benefits they get and all of this kind of stuff. So when I had the insurance job, I'm trying to sell people the premiums we got. Well, this will be X amount a month. And then they pay me. And then when something happens, they call me as the agent. And then I got my bosses telling me, well, we don't cover this, we don't cover that, we don't cover this, we don't cover that. But that's not what I say when we pitching these premiums to people for them to get. Why don't we bring this stuff up? They're thinking they covered on everything over here. But you got this red tape that they need to figure out. So it was unethical to me. I'm like, these people spend
Right.
hundreds of dollars a month, and then when something happened, you don't want to pay them. And then if you do pay them,
Oh,
the next time they premium come back around, you increase their bill. I just didn't like it. So one day I just left. I never came back to work because it felt like I was ripping people off. With the job I was doing door to door, I was actually helping people. Like
right.
they were figuring out how to lower their homeowners insurance by having all this protection equipment around. Carbon monoxide detectors, smoke detectors, fire prevention sprays so fires don't spread and you can get out of your house safely. Like stuff like that. I was helping people. You buy this stuff and you lower your homeowner's insurance or your renter's insurance or whatever. And plus, you'll be alerted when some danger happens so you can save lives. It's save life equipment, it's home protection equipment. So I like helping people more than the money will come when the money comes when you're helping people.
There you go.
Ripping people off, yeah, it's easier to do. You just con them into thinking they're getting something when they're not, and then just disappear. Like one of them kiosks in the mall. You buy some jewelry from it, your wrists almost fall off. You go back, kiosk ain't even there no more. He didn't got you and he gone.
Got to go. One day jewel.
Yeah, so yeah, man, it just that reminded me of that job. I don't want to rip nobody off. It's just not in me to do. All right, this the last one. This is the last one. Choose between raising your kids again or you being a kid again.
I would rather be a kid again. Let me start over. And I know what I know today. Let me be a kid again. I wouldn't get in no trouble. Well, I ain't really getting no trouble like outside. I'm talking about in the house trouble. But yeah. Yeah. Ooh, let me be a kid again. A lot of stuff wouldn't bother me. A lot of stuff wouldn't bother me.
Yeah, that starting over is a good one. I thought about this
I
for a
be dreaming
minute.
that all the time.
Raising my kids again.
I wouldn't even have kids.
I know what you mean though. Uh,
If I had a chance to go back, it'd be a good chance y'all won't make it.
yeah, buddy.
But I love my kids, though. I love y'all. I love my babies, man. But I'm letting you know, it's like, hey, you can go back to age 10. There's a good chance y'all won't be born.
Yeah, buddy. I mean, you know how much money I'd save and actually do something with. I used to think I was doing something back in the day whenever I saved some money, and then I just saved the money to spend the money. Would do that now. I mean, I don't do it now, but all them years I did do it, I'm like, do I realize how much money I spent on stupid stuff? I could have got
Stupid
cribs,
stuff.
better cars, like opened a real business for myself back then. When I had my business, I was using more of the money to just be out. I was always out somewhere. I always looked like I was doing something. I was always doing something. I was always making money. But the thing is, once you get a system where you can make money, it's not hard to make money. It's very hard to keep it though when you ain't got no financial sense. It's hard to keep it.
This is a gem I'm gonna give y'all guys. If you're young, especially young guys. Now, a certain demographic is gonna get very upset when I say this. But so what? Young guys, when you get out of school, go to college, whatever you're doing, the first thing you look for is not a girl, not a girlfriend, not a wife, none of that. Get your business in order. Get that stuff. The girls and the girlfriends will come a dime a dozen. They will come so much you'll be like, leave them alone. Like, if I was to start over, I'm letting you know, I wouldn't have had them wives. I wouldn't have them kids. I'd have had some Escalades.
Yeah, man, you can get all that
But I would have been safe
when you
been
built.
trapped.
Like if you just look at what they want right now. They asked the chick what she looked for in a dude. She want him to have his stuff together. She want him to have business. She want him to make a certain amount of money. The beautiful thing, the reason he telling y'all young dudes this is because once you have all those things in line, the women come easy. They're all looking for you when you have all those. They're all looking for you.
You're a hot commodity.
Yes. You the Lamborghini. You the Lamborghini. They're looking for Lamborghinis. They might be driving in a Toyota Camry, but they want a Lamborghini.
So the first thing is not leave them. Do not. I would, man. Wouldn't see nothing. Just wouldn't happen. I'll probably have my first kid when I'm 45.
Everything else in order to where the kid ain't gonna stress you out none. It don't be the kid stressing you out. It be what you have to sacrifice to keep the kid taken care of. Going check to check and paying you, worried about your rent and all. Have all that in a line before the girl because she's a major distraction to what you do.
She is a major distraction. Forget her.
Yeah, you think it sound fun
What you
and
doing? How you doing?
you get all funned out. You get all funned out after a while, and then when your clock start ticking, now you want to focus, but now life beating you up because now you got a girl and a kid, so you gotta put your whole life on the back burner. You gotta put your life on the back burner and sacrifice for these two. Then it wears on you even more if you have a kid by somebody you not with, it's just gonna be draining on your entire life. Especially if you start making money afterwards. You break up with a chick, you got a baby, and now you making money. You making money for her instead of for your real girl. Just prevent all that. Get your business in order first. Then all the girls will come.
Man, it might sound like it's funny what we're saying. Maybe we just old cats talk. I'm telling you. You live a peaceful life. Get what you want to do. Get your stuff together first. Get the packs. Oh, man, come on, man. I'm messing with you.
Because in the end,
get that silly stuff.
You'll have a plethora of them in the end. You will have your choice.
You have your choice. You're picking a litter.
Yep. You'd have plenty of options like, oh, that one, that one, that one. All the ones you say no to will say yes to you when you got all your stuff in order. So,
you gotta look good.
No, you don't. You don't.
That's how your stuff together.
You have your stuff together. That's what looks good.
That's what looks good. You ever see he have a fine woman?
You know he got money. You know he. Yeah. We about to go. Hey, that's real game though. Like
that's real game.
That starting over was a man.
That was good.
I
bet you all the dudes be like, yeah, I start over.
Yeah, they gonna start over. Raise your kids again or start over. Might not be no raising having to go on.
Man, we won't have the same population we got now. There it is, man. Work boss strategy, man. We're going to thank our sponsors, Riverside FM. So Real Talk Radio.
Definitely.
Live Good.
Definitely
Real
Live
Talk
Good.
Podcast. Work boss strategy. Gabe D.
Darvest, we appreciate y'all spending time with us. We'll see you the same time next week. More business tips.
Holla at us.
Peace.